Okay guys, for the holidays, I like making mudslides, but I always have to make sure I have vodka, like an Irish cream. I usually get Bailey's or Caroline's, and a Kahlua coffee liqueur. This year, I'm gonna try making my own. But first we gotta get something simmering on the stove to get it going. Right now I'm making a homemade coffee liqueur. It's like a Kahlua, and it's supposed to be fairly cheap and very good. We're gonna start with 2.5 cups of pure cane granulated sugar. You need 2.5 cups, 3.5 cups. Two and a half cups of sugar. We need 3 tablespoons of instant coffee. This is what I have. 1, 2, 3. A quart of water, 4 cups. Gonna turn that on. Gonna put it on like a medium, a little above a medium, not quite a medium high. Stir it up, bring it to simmer, and let it simmer for 3 hours. Stirring frequently. So every once in a while, just come and stir it. Should smell very good. I've heard some people say they just do a strong brewed coffee. 4 cups of strong brewed coffee, and that replaces the instant coffee and the water. So we're gonna try it per recipe instructions. So it's kind of at a simmer. So I'm gonna turn it down to a not all the way low. I want to keep it a little simmery for 3 hours. Thinking it's going to turn into like a type of a syrup. Ooh, look at that. I got to set a timer for 3 hours. I'm going to set one for an hour. That way I can remember to stir it. Okay. I cooked it for 3 hours and I let it start to cool, and it gets this crystallized sugar that I heard that will melt in. Once we add the vodka and stuff. Look at how much thicker it is. It's like a syrup, a coffee syrup liqueur without the liquor yet and the vanilla. Almost cool. Using 100 proof vodka. I've heard you can use rum or whiskey. Vodka is usually cheaper. I've heard people using the Bacardi 151. Probably even use 80. Experiment. It's also going to add a tablespoon of vanilla. I've heard people add an extra tablespoon of vanilla, or even putting a vanilla bean in there. Anyhow, let's get 2.5 cups. 1, 2.5. Look, 2.5 cups is exactly half of this bottle. Just saying. Just stir and stir and stir. I'm using pure vanilla extract. This is a homemade. You can see the vanilla beans still in there. A tablespoon. Like I said, I heard people adding a little extra vanilla. We'll see how we're going to do it for this direction that I found. And stir, and stir. And get a little ties. I'm going to try to break up my crystals here. I heard that they will dissolve. The alcohol is its own heat. After stirring and scraping the sugar off the bottom, a lot of it's dissolved, but I'm probably gonna strain it. I'll do a comparison. I have a little bit of store-bought kind. I strained it. I might try to see about pushing those through. I filled a small mason jar, and I have the cap. Did you know you're not supposed to reuse these? You can buy refills for like $2 and something. But whenever you get done using them or pop them after they've been pressurized, these aren't going to be pressurized. But you're supposed to throw them away and use another batch. Still have leftovers. I'm going to pour that in my empty bottle of Kahlua, which is off-brand Kahlua. Extra Christmas gifts. You should make maybe 4 of these. Coffee liqueur, homemade. I tasted a comparison. I think the store-bought is actually sweeter and the homemade has more of a coffee flavor. It's very good. It's similar. It's definitely a liqueur. You can feel the bite of the vodka. Enjoy and happy holidays.